Hi, my name is Maeve and I am the coordinator of the Sligo-Leitrim Children and Young People Services Committee, also known as SIPSI. So what are SIPSI? SIPSI are structures which have been established by government to plan and coordinate services for children and young people and their families. There are 27 SIPSIs nationally. The Sligo-Leitrim SIPSI was established in 2014. And it is a forum for joint planning and interagency working for children and young people. There are many community and voluntary and statutory services involved in SIPSI. The idea is to provide optimum services for children and young people.
My name is Lavelle and I am chairperson of the Connected, Respected and Contributing to Their World subgroup of Sligo-Leitrim SIPSI. The first phase to the Youth Participation Lab was a baseline study that was commissioned by Sligo-Leitrim SIPSI in 2016, and it was a fairly simple survey about just trying to get a sense of all organisations across both counties that were providing services to children and young people, what they were actually doing in relation to youth participation, in relation to child participation, even as part of their daily work. So we got the results of that and we realised that there was quite an amount of consultation going on with children and young people, but we also felt that we could do a lot more to support services to help children and young people in decision making and influence, and that kind of is coming from Sligo-Leitrim SIPSI adopting the Lundy model of child and youth participation as the kind of the theoretical framework for how we do our work. So the laboratory process, the lab as we call it, has been kind of evolving since 2018 to the point where we now have young people trained in delivering training to volunteers and staff from agencies, trying to raise their own awareness and how they can support child and youth participation. And also obviously the video project that people are going to see after maybe they watch this one about a little bit more of an explanation as to where we're at.
My name is Elaine Granaghan and I work for forewords as a youth worker, and I have been involved with the Youth Participation Lab since 2017. I've had the pleasure of working with young people in the Youth Participation Lab since 2017. The most recent aspect of this project was training the young people to become trainers of the Youth Participation Training Toolkit. So during that time I saw the transformation of the young people as youth trainers and just them grow in confidence and in their training skills. So the main benefits to them was, I suppose, they got to be trained as trainers and to inform adults working with young people about the importance of youth participation. They really enjoyed the training, the feedback was absolutely fabulous, and they just really came out of themselves as trainers, so it was absolutely fantastic. I suppose on the broader scale of things, we now have a cohort of adults working with young people across Sligo and Leitrim that are trained in the Youth Participation Toolkit, and I suppose a knock-on effect of that is that they are now more aware of youth participation in their services. They are able to see, I suppose, the benefits of youth participation every day in their everyday work, and they can bring those skills to the workplace and ensuring that young people have their voice every day in the services that are provided for them. Thinking, I suppose, on the ground about what the impact of youth participation, I suppose the most recent example I have is the Investing in Children Award here in the Crib, where young people were asked about the space that they use every day, and they were really involved in transforming that space into something that they wanted to see as a place for them to come and feel safe and have their voices heard. And for that work they received an award, and that was, I suppose, just an opportunity for them to have their input, and then it shows the impact of youth participation, that it's not just, I suppose, something that is there without it being brought into young people's everyday lives. Now you're going to see a series of videos put together by young people who are directly involved in the Youth Participation Lab. The videos will be a support to the training presentation and the activities outlined in the toolkit.